how is it for you to be back in Belgium again? Do you come here often? On a free day, I do try to come back to Belgium, visit my family, but of course it's nice to be back in Belgium. Gives me also the opportunity to invite friends and family for the game, so it's very nice. Question, how do you feel with Marseille and how relieved are you now that you're actually getting playing minutes? I'm very relieved. I've had a difficult period, but now I'm finding myself. I'm not yet the player I want to be. I still think I'm capable of reaching a higher level. I'm on the right track, but I cannot be fully satisfied. Question, is it difficult? You're 20 years old and you've had to move a couple of times. Answer, yeah, those are things that are not spoken about often. I've had to move 3 times in 2 years. It's not easy, but this is of secondary importance. My main focus is to play as well as possible to reach the highest level possible. That's my priority. I know my own qualities. I know which level I'm capable of reaching. I think I'm playing okay, but I know that I can do better. I am not easily satisfied with myself. I am always very demanding on myself. I've had a very difficult period. I think I've come stronger out of this difficult time, and I'm just doing everything in order to become the best version of myself.
Voor een belangrijke wedstrijd.
I think everybody knows this is a very important game. On Champions League evenings, very beautiful things happen. I think we are very well prepared. The last game was not good at all. We are all aware of this, but we want to do better because this is not something that should happen as a team. So we are now fully focused on the next game. We know our qualities, and as a team, we need to rise up again and to play as good a game as possible.
I think.
Well, I've played against Saint-Gilloise a couple of times, sometimes with good results and a number of times with a bad result. I know their qualities. I've told my teammates that we should not underestimate them. If you look at the quality, you might say that we are better, but they are very well as a team, as a group, and they always perform in a very adult way. They are result oriented. Even when they're not playing well, the result is what counts for them. Their defense is very good also in the duels. We should definitely not underestimate them.
En français, mais je voulais t'interroger sur tes années de formation.
I think it has to do with my family. Me and my brothers have always enjoyed playing football very much. Whenever we had some spare time, we wanted to play football, and my mom was not always very happy with this because school was more important, but after a certain while she had to give in. So without taking a deliberate decision, it just happened, and here we are. Good evening, Arthur. You mentioned that you had 2 difficult years. Do you know why you are performing better now? Is it because you're playing more, or because the team suits you more, or you suit the team better? If I had known, I wouldn't have had these 2 difficult years. It was about getting self-confidence, the trainer giving me confidence, getting time to show myself. That was very useful. And now I must show that I am worthy of wearing this club's jersey and defending its colors. Well, as I just said, these things happen. If we had known what we needed to do, it would not have happened. And now we need to perform better because we know that we need to perform a lot better. I do not really have an explanation, but we all know that it should never happen. So we need to perform better. Better and better. The reception was very good here. I've been given the confidence. I've been given the opportunities. I've taken the opportunity, and now I trying to evolve physically, mentally. I'm trying to grow, and I think I'm on the right track.
Si passano le sconfitte.
Well, we lost, and now we have to analyze the reasons of this loss. We discussed that with the staff, with the player. You put that aside and you prepare for the next game. We don't really have time to spend too much focus, too much time on a lost game, on a defeat, or on a victory. We cannot spend too much time on those previous games because we have to prepare for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a very important game, as you said. Indeed. The USG is a great team. They won the championship in Belgium. They have good players, good experienced players, and Tony Bloom is a genius. He's a visionary, really. He always did things the way he wanted. He changed the life of Brighton, and he's changing also everything for the Union Saint-Gilloise. Now, about this model of multi-ownership of clubs, well, that's just the way it is now. It's quite modern, and the same goes for Chelsea and Strasbourg in France. This is just a matter of habits. You should never be content with what you've been doing. You always have to improve, to go beyond, to the next level. We shall never stop the work. I said that in Marseille, you'd rather open the umbrella while there's still sun. Why did I say that? Well, because I know that after a good game, we can have a bad game. And it is not a physical matter. I think it comes from the brain. It's a mental thing. We should keep our focus heightened. We need consistency, and this requires a lot of mental energy. So when we will reach that level, and I hope this will happen soon, we've seen the losses, the defeats, the goals conceded against Angers and Toulouse. This hurts. When we'll understand that we shall never stop, we have to fight from minute 1 to minute 90, we will improve. And I think, really, the substitutes. This is a question you should ask when Traoré and Gueye come back. Otherwise, what can I do? Sometimes I can use Wea, but as of today, for the moment, these are the only players I have, and this is very difficult for them to play all the games, all the matches. But we have two injured players playing the same role. It is difficult, and we're paying the price. This is also about the mental strength, because we lose these injured players, and so our players have to play a lot of games. They have to remain focused, to spare a lot of energy, and it is difficult to play every 3 games. But this is the case for all the teams playing at the Champions League level. For example, the Union played amazing against Galatasaray, and then they played a bad game against Anderlecht, at least the first half. So it happens to other teams too. Now, if we want to get to that new this happens. We are not really working on this. Once we score, we keep attacking. We keep on the attack. At home, we keep on the attack when we've just scored against Newcastle. We could have scored a third goal right after the second one. This is really the energy, the momentum of our players. Of course. Of course, we need to find other solutions for free kicks. We always try our best. Sometimes it doesn't work. But yes, we have plans. Are you a coach yourself? Yes, indeed. Okay. Only about the score, or is it also about reacting to the defeat? Of course, it's also about the reaction of my players. In Lille, I expected also a reaction because we had lost 2 points against Toulouse. I wanted something more. But sometimes things just don't just go the way you want, and we sometimes have
think about him as a player and how he is developing in recent weeks and months?
Ma Arturo, io lo volevo già l'anno scorso.
Arthur is someone I already wanted last year in my team when he went to Atletico Madrid. He was leaving Atletico Madrid. He decided to go to Leipzig, but I wanted him at Marseille. I had discussed with his manager and with the sporting director of Atletico Madrid because he's a friend of mine. It didn't work out, but he's a great player. He's having great stint. He didn't say it, but I can tell you that he's developing super fast. He's very complete as a player, and we're so happy of having him. 50. We've never played with 5 defenders. This all depends on what is happening in the offensive and defensive phases. What happened in Lille? What is the issue in Lille? We did not apply enough pressure on Bentaleb and Andre so their backs could go up the field. We did not apply enough pressures on them, and so our own backs had to stay in defense, and so we were only playing with 4 defenders. The only time we tried with 5 was against Atalanta. There we had 3 center backs, indeed. This is the only time we did so. When we're playing with 5 defenders, it's because of injured players. We didn't have Emerson nor Weah available. And other players were missing, so we just tried something. Using Murillo to the right, and we tried, but we never played with 5 defenders otherwise. Yes, indeed. Of course, it all depends on the players we have. Against Atalanta, we used 5 defenders. But I had 3 attackers, and Pashao played the role of an attacker. O'Reilly played very well at the beginning, and then Vermeeren started playing well, having great performances. So this decreased the playing time of O'Reilly. But he's a good player. He always answered positively when he was asked to play. And of course, depending on the opponent way of playing, and we have to make decisions. And I want to play better. I don't care if it's 3 or 4 defenders. And I'm not happy with the football quality we are providing right now. Brest and Lisbon were good. Lens was okay. Metz and PSG for the first half. Sometimes we were able to have a very good level of football, but I want us to improve everywhere. The ball has to move faster. we have to win more 1-versus-1. We need more players to win the duels, but sometimes we're just a bit worse. I think that the absences of Gary and Traore do impact the role of our number 10, because as of today, we do not really have a number 10. We do not have a center midfielder. We have O'Reilly, Mason, Greenwood can sometimes play as such. Sometimes I use Mason on the left wing. Sometimes I use him in the midfield. It all depends on the game itself and the exact play I want to build. If he has to follow Zappacosta, the wing back of Atalanta, this is too much, so I will put him in the midfield. I try to adapt. It is important to adapt, but I'm not moving from 4 to 5 defenders. The only case was in Atalanta. It might happen again, but the wing backs